try to blow my mind. I don't care.
All right, peace, black family. So thank you for joining me yet again on another episode of After the Revolution, where we deal with all things revolving around Haiti, Haitian people, Haitian events, and Haitian historical figures. Today we're going to be talking about Jeremiah G. Hamilton, who is considered to be the first African-American millionaire. Now, why do I use air quotations when I say African-American millionaire? Because a lot of people may not know, when Haitian or Caribbean people would come to the United States, they would be reclassified as African American, losing their national origin. Some people might be saying, well, Brother Hassan, from what I know, Madam C.J. Walker is the first African American millionaire. But Madam C.J. Walker did not become a millionaire until 1913. Also, some people might be saying, well, what about the young sister out of Oklahoma, Sarah Ruckner? Well, she was not born until 1902. Jeremiah G. Hamilton was a millionaire in the 1830s. It is said if Jeremiah Hamilton was alive today, he will be worth $250 million. Jeremiah G. Hamilton was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti in 1806, 2 years after the Haitian Revolution had been completed. Much isn't known about his biological parents or his history prior to him becoming a millionaire. Hamilton first came to prominence in 1828 after hiding out in a fishing boat for multiple days in Port-au-Prince Harbor in Haiti, eventually escaping Haitian authorities. Haitian authorities had found out that he was transporting counterfeit coins from Haiti to New York. They were upset. Their tension was through the roof. They wanted him dead. Jeremiah G. Hamilton was actually sentenced to death by the Haitian government. He said, and so hearing this news, Jeremiah G. Hamilton actually escaped to New York with $5,000 in his pocket. Almost a decade later, after the 1835 Great Fire of New York destroyed most of the buildings on the southeast tip of Manhattan, Hamilton acquired about $5 million in today's currency, taking advantage of people who actually lost their homes in the fire and selling fake insurance claims. Jeremiah's business practices were often considered controversial. Where most black entrepreneurs at the time sold their goods to other blacks, Hamilton focused on the white community, and he cut through that community like a hot knife going through butter. Being the fact that he was a sharp, strong businessman and taking advantage of white people, he gained two names. One name being the Prince of Darkness, and the other name being
Nigger Hamilton.
Now, everything Jeremiah Hamilton did wasn't bad. A lot of people may not know that he funded a lot of abolitionist movements. He despised slavery, and he spent large sums of money trying to destroy that institution. But even though he was worth $250 million, Hamilton was still a victim of racism. During the New York City draft riots in 1863, yes, Europeans were rioting because they did not want to go fight in the Civil War. White men seeking to lynch Hamilton broke into his house, but only found old liquor, cigarettes, and an old suit left behind. His wife was home and said that Hamilton wasn't here. The white rioters wanted to lynch his wife because she was white, and that was taboo at the time. Although Jeremiah Hamilton had real shady business practices, we can't ignore the fact that if it wasn't for him funding Union soldiers and funding abolitionist movements, that the institution of slavery would not have been so attacked. So although he may have had shady business practices and took advantages of European people, we have to also look at the good that he did of crushing the institution of slavery here in the continental United States. I just want to reiterate, I just want to say this. A lot of us may think that we are African American and that our family traces back to antebellum America because of our last names, or because of the fact that, we have 3 generations in the United States. But when you really dig and you get deep into your roots, you will see that we are all connected one way or another. And people like Jeremiah G. Hamilton is a prime example of that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Until next time, think black, stay black, love black, support black, and that's real African black power. So here are some things I forgot to mention during the taping of this YouTube video. In 2015, Don Cheadle announced that he will be producing and starring in an autobiography about Jeremiah G. Hamilton. Also, did you know that the character Kodo from the television show Underground is loosely based on Jeremiah G. Hamilton, a former slave who became rich, who funded abolitionist movements only to get under the skin of Europeans? Man, I would really love to see Don Cheadle play Jeremiah G. Hamilton. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section. Until next time, family, think black, stay black, love black, support black, and I'll see you on the next video.